Okay, we are recording. Hey, what's up, team? Stars United. I am so excited for tonight. What I was about to say is that I know Dana is still having interwebs troubles, so she may or may not manage to hop on. But we're going to go for this. I'm looking at all these faces, and I just love you, and I wish I could hug you through the screen, and that would be awkward. But I see some faces who I know had rough days, and some faces I know the bodies attached to them are in tremendous pain, and hearts are hurting, and bodies are hurting, and spirits have been tired, and I'm praying tonight be refreshing for you. Yes, Rhonda, I'm so thankful that we have this tool to meet. I've always loved being connected with the team, but when I first started, it was just phone calls, and that always feels overwhelming to have all of those people in one ear. I don't know. Anyway, so I've been focusing a lot on intentions for 2017, and so I did a little bit of Googling, and a resolution is something you decide to do. It's a decision or an action that you're going to take. Okay? An intention is a decision you make about something you're going to be. And I thought that distinction was very powerful to me. I'm not committing to working out 3 times a week or eating healthier. My intention is set to be my fittest self. And so whatever actions are going to happen to get me there, that intention is much more powerful than just resolving to take an action, because there's no why behind that action. Intentions begin to get at the root of, they're at the root of the action. Why you're doing what you're doing. And like we talked about last week, if you don't have that why, that is just, it gets you in your gut, you're going to walk away when it gets tough. And so I don't have an awesome segue, but for me, I had to sit down and think about what it is. What do I want in 2017 to be different from 2016? And quite frankly, I think the last time I did one of these was like 2014, 2015 maybe, where I actually thought about what this was going to do. I feel like I was lost at the end of 2015, and so I never could wrap my brain around what 2016, what I wanted to be in 2016, and so I just sort of I floated along. But the Lord promises to use everything for our good and for His glory, and that's exactly what 2016 has been for me. It's been stripping away all of the junk and the dead skin cells and the dead blah, so that He's revealing the fresh and the new and the beautiful that He is creating within me. So, does anybody want to share what you've come up with for your intentions for 2017? Maybe you forgot to do it ahead of time and just you're going to shoot from the hip. Does anybody want to say anything? Because this is not supposed to be the Bethany show. Anybody?
Sure.
Yes. Go for it.
I have a lot of, every year I write in my journal a list of resolutions, and I realized now that you mentioned intentions, that my resolutions never work out. Like, I want to write in my journal every night, or I want to do this every night. And I realized, well, I don't do it every night. I'm too lazy to do it every night. I think my intentions are what I want 2017 to look like, as in I want to be happier and healthier and feel better about my body image. I want to be financially stable, no more debt, and continue to be debt-free. And my intention is find a way for my husband to be happier. I think those are the most important things, is just happier in general. Just our own life and not run by someone else, by debt or money running what we decide we do. So, that's just off. Now, I didn't really write down anything because I didn't do my homework, but you know.
It's okay. I love you anyway.
Thank
Thank you for being willing to speak up. I know it's sort of intimidating when you're staring at all of these faces. I want to, and something I did, and I'm still kind of hashing out my details, but I want to encourage you guys that after you set your intentions for what you're wanting to be for the year, just like we do on a promotion planner, where we set that goal, and then I want you to work backwards. And so, like, for example, if it's an intention of yours this year to live healthier, I love that. That is so great. Move backwards from that and think about the action steps that you need to take to actually live out your intention. You know, for some people, it's going to be take a walk 3 times a week, focus on what I'm eating 4 days a week, or get on the It Works system, or make sure I drink my greens every day, take 2 walks a week. Just give yourself some actionable items that are going to help that intention come into play, or to come into fruition, not come into play, but something that you can do that will have it multiply. You know, each of those actions you take is like pushing that snowball uphill, and eventually it's just going to become part of who you are and part of what you do. And then, you know, your intention for the next year will get to be something a little bit different because you will have made so much improvement. Does that make sense? Okay, I feel like I'm talking in circles, but that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Who else wants to share? Oh, I'll tell you mine. Okay, I did mine out like this. Can you guys see that? So that I can put it in my bedroom where it's going to be like the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning. I'm going to take a picture of it. It's going to be on my cell phone, so it's something I see. It's going to be in my bathroom. It's going to be by my workstation. And I'd love to be able to have pictures of my team with theirs, so I can print those and put them by my workstation. Because helping you guys achieve your intentions for the year is going to be what achieves mine for the year. And so that's something I want to work toward with you guys. But I'll just share these for you. I did like a personal section and then a business section. And so my number one greatest, most important intention is just to see God. The last time I did one of these, it was to say yes to God. And I feel like I've achieved that. I've said yes and let him start to work. But now I want to be that headlong, seeking, running after him. My next personal item is to craft my fittest self. And I haven't put a poundage. I haven't put a deadline on this because it's going to be something I work on every single day, every single week, every single month, for 12 rounds between now and the end of the year. I get stressed out with the health and wellness thing if I put a deadline on it, like lose 10 pounds by such and such a date, because my body doesn't give up the weight like that. It just doesn't work like that. Okay, so my third one is to be me, and no one else. 2016 was lost to not knowing who I was or what I could do, and worrying about trying to be all of these other people. And so 2017 in my personal self is to seek God, craft my fittest self, and to be me and no one else. And then I separated out my business intentions, and they all boil down to, I want to go ambassador this year. I want to be a top 100 income earner because that means you guys are all winning. Like, I have to help you guys achieve your intentions and increase your paychecks. We're never going to get there. Specifically, my number, I want to help 50 people get Ruby, and I want to help at least 20 people get over the $2,000 a month mark. And so now I can work backwards from those items. And if I'm going to help 50 people go Ruby, that means I'm going to have to talk to somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 people to get those rubies and all of the people under them. That lights a fire under me tonight. You know, it lit a fire under me today. Like, okay, I've got to send messages now. I don't have time to wait until Tuesday, or I don't have time to wait until the 1st. Oh, girl, no, you're good. She's working on her dream board now as we speak. And then for me, a lot of the enemy's attacks happen in my mind. And so at the bottom of my dream board, I added scriptures that apply to things I struggle with personally. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, everything else will be added unto you. You know, ultimately my goal, if I'm seeking God, everything else is taken care of. I don't have to stress out about whether or not such and such a distributor is going to join me, because I'm focused on him. He's got it. I struggle with feeling adequate for the task ahead. I actually can't believe I sat here and told you guys that I want to go ambassador in 2017, because that's not me. But the Bible tells us that we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God has prepared in advance for us to do. Whatever good works find me in 2017, whatever opportunities for service and helping people that I come across, they have been they've been ordained for me. He prepared those in advance. I just have to do them, and it's going to be okay. And this last one that I actually shared with Rhonda a little bit ago, Psalm 138:8, the Lord will accomplish what concerns me. Lord, do not forsake the work of your hands. I am the work of his hands, and he will accomplish what concerns me. Okay, like pressure relief, whatever. Let's do this. So those are my intentions. And the whole point behind this is to have something that fuels you going into 2017. If you're not fueled, there's a disconnect from the source. Does anybody else, who else wants to share? Observations, intentions? Eric has shared with us. You guys can too.
I'll share.
Okay, I didn't see a mouth, but go ahead. Who was that? Oh, yay. Hi.
Don't make me laugh, please. Okay, so my intentions for 2017 are to actually get out in front of people. I've learned that social media is not my strong suit when it comes to customers or distributors or any kind of potentials. So I'm going to get out. And I've probably done something that most distributors haven't. I went through my list, and if I didn't personally know them, I got rid of them. So I'm looking to get my business off of Facebook. If I need to connect to someone via social media, I'll do it through my Instagram. But my Facebook is for me and my husband, no one else. So that's one of my intentions. And the biggest one is probably get over myself and actually pass out the Blitz cards.
Awesome. I love it. P.S. Like Beth just had surgery not so long ago, and so for her to be up and on this Zoom when she really doesn't feel well says a lot about her commitment for the upcoming year. So that's like huge mad props to you, sweetheart, because I know you're not feeling awesome. And can I also point out that Beth is making a move to do what she knows suits her. She has figured out that social media is not her thing, and she's going to do what she's good at. She's going to do what suits her. So many of us spend a lot of time trying to drive in other people's lanes, trying to figure out, trying to be good at the things they are good at, instead of just focusing on what you're good at. Eyes on the prize. And I know you can do this. You absolutely can. Get over yourself and pass out those Blitz cards. Good girl.
I'm going to try. I have like 4 trips planned before conference that take me out of state. So,
Yay!
let's do.
Good girl. I'm proud of you. Who else? What else? All right, Tamara, hit us, sister.
Okay. So I didn't do my homework, but I'm just gonna go with it. But I've been thinking a lot about today what my intentions are going to be for next year, and don't get me wrong, I'm super excited about next year, but you know, my intentions for next year are to not put me first, because I always tend to put myself first. Like when thinking about customers and potential distributors, how it's going to benefit me and how it's going to benefit my paycheck. And funny how, you know, the Lord knocks that right out of you. Because there's sometimes when I do seek him first, like Bethany said, and it's just amazing how things work, or the puzzle pieces fit. But when the focus goes on me, nothing ever happens the way it's supposed to. So that's my number one thing, is to take the focus off me, because it's really not about me. And this business is really not for me, it's for other people. Another intention for next year, just like Beth said, I've been doing Facebook for almost 3 years now, and I mean, I've gathered quite a few new followers on Facebook or friends or whatever, but I mean, it's almost like beating a dead horse at this point, you know? So blitzing has always been my enemy, but
2017 is going to be amazing, and I can already feel it. It's going to be different than this year because it sucked so bad. But I'm just praying for boldness for this year, this coming year, and blitzing people. Even though I hate to say it, like, it's got to happen. It's got to, I mean, you know.
I love you, Tamara.
I'm like at the point right now where I don't care. So I apologize for my attitude, but
It's been a long day.
It's been a very long day. But yes, blitzing. We're going to face each other in this boxing match, and I'm gonna win.
Darn Skippy, you are.
Yeah.
With regard to the first thing you mentioned about making it not about you and about everyone else, I had this conversation with one of my leaders the other day, and so many times we go into self-preservation mode, especially those of you who work full-time jobs, and it works. You get home and that little whisper in your ear says, if you don't just take the next hour for yourself, you're going to go batty. If you don't just turn everything off and watch TV, you're going to go batty, or you're going to lose it, or you're going to get a headache, you're going to be too tired, whatever. And it occurred to me a couple of weeks ago that is a wonderful tool that the enemy uses to keep me from doing what I know I need to do. And it was like Jesus showed me, he's like, I poured everything out for you. And if you're working in the pursuit of my calling on your life, there is no amount of giving that's going to be too much. And then he brought me Luke 6:38. It says, give and it will be given to you, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, and it will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. And that was like, okay, God, like my self-preservation and just trying to maintain my sanity is not where it's at. That's me shutting myself off. If he was able, and he gave everything for me on the cross all the way to death, who am I not to just pour myself out for him and let him be the one concerned over my mental stability and my maintaining what it is, my physical homeostasis, if you will. But the will be poured into your lap is a phrase that got me, because when we say something was just laid in our lap, it's like it was just, here, let me give it to you. It's laid in your lap. And, you know, so part of this intention for 2017 for me is to give everything to you guys that you need, because I know he's going to give it all back to me, and he's just going to lay it in my lap because I gave to you. So I love that. Luke 6:38 goes right along with what you've said. And then what we talked about the other day, the verses in Isaiah, where he's holding your right hand. He's right there. You can blitz. I mean, if I was there holding your right hand, you would absolutely have the cojones to blitz somebody. Yes, I would. You totally would if I was holding your hand. You would, because I would stab you in the back and make you. And so, like, do it. And so when you guys are out there and you're doing the tough stuff and you're doing the scary stuff that you're committing to do and you're setting your intention to do, every time you go to do it, just realize that he's standing there holding your right hand with his right hand, which means he's facing you. That's in Isaiah 41, and it's pretty awesome. If you're not aware of the passage, I wasn't until just the other day, but I'll send it to you. It's a pretty awesome visual of our being supported by the creator of all things. It's pretty amazing. Who else wants to share?
I will.
Carrie, I would love for you to.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm on my phone, so I don't know how this works, but
You're doing great.
I just jumped on, and I was just messaging. Actually, the last hour at work, I was messaging current loyal customers, letting them know how many perk points they had and all of that, trying to get up with my currents. So then my intention this week is to get with people that aren't actively buying right now. And then, but my intention for next year is, if what works for me and seems to work in our town, we have a resort town. For my sister and my top distributor is parties. We party for the next 6-7 months. And so we're already starting to plan parties, but that's a blitzing. You'd have to be stabbing me in the back. I can do it every once in a while. It's right in my face and people look at my shirt and go, oh, what works? And then I say, oh, this works. But that's about as far as I get. So, but yeah, I'm a party girl over here.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. And, a note on blitzing, and I know we've said this over and over again, but it doesn't have to be every single conversation, every single person you face. But it does help if you are wearing that logo wear. It also helps, and I'm committing now. I'm saying it out loud, so I have to do it. You guys be on me. It's been a long time since I've had one laminated and hanging on my purse. That changes this week. Okay. And, to be quite honest, when I was really confused about life, I was embarrassed. I didn't want people to know what company I was with. I didn't want to have to try to talk about it. Because I was lost. Like, who am I to tell anybody about this product? I wasn't using it. I wasn't getting results. I wasn't helping people really make money. I was just kind of floating along. And so commitment time, laminated Blitz card will be on my bag this week. I will post a picture on the team wall so everybody sees it. And if it doesn't happen this week, something horrible will have to happen. Like, I don't know what, but maybe I'll shave my head. So there, now I have to, because I just told you guys I would shave my head if I didn't do it. So anyway, ew, swallow a live goldfish. You're disgusting. Ew. Like I can feel it wiggling down my throat now. That's like so gross. Ew. That is the most horrible thing ever. Okay, so yeah, we could say that, or I'll just shave my head. But the point is, I'm committing to doing it because it's been something that has needed to happen, and I just keep putting it off. Also, in that regard, I need to label Blitz cards. I'm out of Blitz cards that are labeled and in my bag, so that needs to change too. I just discovered that today. So who else wants to share? Go for it, Megan.
Okay. Can you hear me? Because I have
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. This year has been good, and then it got really bad. I finished college, and that was awesome, and I got married, and that was really good. And I feel like I have been being adult instead of actually being an adult. And I don't know if that's coming from a part of insecurity or me still trying to figure out, what exactly it means to be responsible and to have my life together. But I really feel like in all the responsibilities and things that I've been trying to do, I have lost who I am. And I think my biggest intention is to commit my identity in Christ. And, just to be looking at all of the natural gifts that He's given me, identifying my strengths and focusing on, because that's where I'm happy. I think one of the most amazing things about the job is it's not what I get to do, but who I get to be when I'm doing it. And I haven't really done anything that works. I mean, I have tried and talked to people in many different ways I can think too, and it just feels like nothing is happening. And I feel like I was going through that because God was trying to show me that I was trying to do things that work for other people instead of finding where I thrive and where I'm most joyful, and I how I can connect to people, because I feel like that's a gift that He's given me. That's something that, I've always been of my comfort level when it comes to just striking up a conversation with a stranger. But then transitioning that into it works, I just feel like, it's moving busy and a show, and so I don't really know what to do there. But I feel like if I just take a baby instead of trying to, make this huge growth spurt, just and if I just take baby steps and into moving the direction, God will lead my path. He won't, just be like, all right, you're good. You got it from here. Okay, I'm going to go check the other person. No, He's going to be with me the entire time. And I need to stop take the reins with God and in me. And something else is lately, I've been feeling like this is the only job that He wants me to have. And I had a full-time for a little while, and I noticed some things immediately that I just thought, this is a totally different structure than my mom and my whole life, kind of thing. And that's okay. I'm just going to get used to that. Then I witnessed some very unusual things and some very questionable moral things that made me think, do I want to work at this place for this person for, however long, or do I want to actually be my own boss and uphold these ethics and I think are important, and be somebody who can make a difference, someone who people look at and they, I respect the way she's business because she isn't selfish, doesn't have this money mind, and so I walked away from a full-time job that I had because I just did not in good faith working there, and that was really hard. We were down to a single income, and I greatly appreciate prayers in just trying to restart everything that works, and I'm constantly praying for my future team, for the right people, and for God to send mentors into my life, just bring opportunities to show me what kind of leader He wants me to be, instead of just me trying to be the leader I think I want to be. Those are my things I want to share and also get feedback.
I love it. Adulting is hard. And anytime you have, major life change, it's the perfect breeding ground for doubt and for, Satan and his minions to just come in and niggle. And, when that happens, we tend to pull away from people, and, and He knows when He can get us isolated that we are weaker. I had tried not to talk to people for months. And, He uses every trick in the book, but He knows the tricks that are your buttons. He has, this battle plan that is so specific to you. And you can't navigate it just like anybody else would navigate it. And, the only way through is up. But anyway, so I'm excited to see what's coming. because God has something big for each of you this year. I know it. It's going to be a really good year. It's going to be awesome. Anybody else? I don't want to keep you guys too late because it's Monday after Christmas. Some of us are already ready for bed. I'm feeling it. Okay. Well, does anybody have any questions? Something that you want us to touch on real quick before we move on? Something that's just in the back of your mind going, I need an answer to this, or how do I approach this, or how do I fix this? Yeah.
Sorry, I muted. So I have a very strong grasp of why. My issue that I'm dealing with right now is I feel like I don't have a story. I don't have anything telling for people to be like, oh yes, this is why I want to do it, you know. And anything that you can share that regard, I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, first of all, your compelling story is your fabulous, oh my gosh, skin transformation. Holy wall, you guys. Like, I've known Megan for a really long time, and I remember she's had some skin issues since high school. Like, I don't even remember when we met, but it was early high school probably, and tried every Clean and Clear and Neutrogena and all of this on the market. And she finally, well, I guess I've got nothing to lose, tried It Works cleanser and toner, and her 5-week transformation is like she got a skin transplant. I mean, like, seriously, I literally jumped up off the couch when I saw her results. And if you have not submitted those to corporate yet, you really need to, because those are fab. And if you haven't done your video yet, you need to, and tag me in it, because duh, I told you had to. And okay, so every one of you has a story. And Megan, remind me, because we did a Zoom on your story like not too long ago. And it was all about, because so many of you guys don't think you have a story because you haven't made it to Ruby or Emerald or Diamond. You haven't lost 100 pounds or whatever. And so the enemy gets in your head and he's like, you don't need to tell people what's going on. You don't have a story. You're not important. You're not a big to-do, whatever your trigger is in your head. He's using that to keep you from sharing your story. Okay, first of all, you're still here. You're an intelligent person, and you know the Lord has called you to this place, or you wouldn't still be here. Okay? That's where your story starts. I mean, like, you know, that's huge. That in itself proves you have purpose here. Okay? Secondly, your story is, you know, I'm not as far along as I thought I might be at this point, but I'm so in love with this company and these products that I can't give them up. And you might not want what I have, but somebody does. So whether you like it or not, I'm going to keep sharing. You know, I'm not quitting. I'm not giving up. You know, for now, that is your story. And that's a big one, because people, you're not going to appreciate a land you didn't fight for. You're just not. And I think that's why so many of these leaders have, you know, can walk away. I've seen it happen in multiple companies. People that grow super fast, the first time it gets tough, they're like, deuces, I'm out. Well, they didn't fight for it. They didn't They didn't have enough invested. Well, you're here and you're fighting and you're getting past it. So that in itself is a story. The way we craft a story is what drew us to this decision, like what was life like before that made me want to look at this, why I decided to go for it, and how his life changed since I started. Okay. And the how his life changed since I started part is usually where people get tripped up. Because you assume it has to be a rank or a dollar amount goal, and that's not the case. Not everybody is looking for a dollar amount to fulfill them. If you have made friends here that you just love, that you couldn't imagine doing life without, that is how life has changed since you started. If you have learned things about yourself that you never would have learned otherwise, that is how life has changed since you started. The adventure, it can be anything. You know, the fact that you were able to walk away from a job because you knew you had something else that God was calling you to, and you're excited about what God's fixing to do in it. That is how life is different since you started. So many times we get caught up in, well, I'm not an ambassador diamond yet, so I don't have a story. I didn't pay cash for a Range Rover, so I don't have a story. The most powerful story is the one where you are completely open and honest and transparent about what's happening in you, for you, and through you. That's the most powerful story that anybody could possibly share. Because when we're transparent with our story, that takes away the enemy's ability to start the whispers and all of that mess. Transparency kills all of that, and it helps you be real and it helps you be raw, and that's what people are drawn to. You want people to join you that are joining you for you. You know, you don't want somebody to join you. I don't want somebody to join my team because they see that I'm a triple diamond, but they secretly hate my guts. Like, I can't stand this girl, but she obviously knows what she's doing, so let's give this a shot. I don't want that. Like, I want people to be drawn to me, because if they're drawn to me and they're drawn to you, chances are you're going to get along. You know, you're going to be able to work together. You're going to be able to inspire each other. So remind me and I'll find that Zoom, because it's a whole hour just about how to craft that story and avoiding the pitfalls of, well, I don't have a story. Dana, did you have anything to add to that? You're muted. Hold on. Now try.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, my phone is literally gonna die.
Okay.
No, and I missed like the whole first part, so I didn't jump in because I didn't know what you were at.
You're fine.
No, I don't have anything really to add substantial. You pretty much covered everything. I have been working on my goals all day, trying not to jot down anything that just pops into my head, but to actually put thought into it and give it some substance. So, I mean, I guess and I'm not really sure if people know this, but like my dream board and like my goals are two separate things.
Mine are too.
I don't know if everybody is doing that. I was like, okay, am I doing that wrong? But I feel like my dream board is like those crazy things, like my ear surgery and like all that stuff, you know. But my goals are like real things that need to happen. So okay, I'm not alone there. Everybody,
no, you're not alone.
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not doing something
I'm
weird.
with you.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I guess just, you know, really put some thought into, if you haven't done it yet, pray about it, put some thought into it, really think about what your goals are for this year. And I think we even had a Zoom about like setting SMART goals.
Yeah, we did one of those too.
And, you know, not just willy-nilly, like throwing, did I just say willy-nilly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just willy-nilly.
I just said that, but don't just throw things down on paper to have something. You know, put something down that you're actually really want to work towards. And that's it. That's all I gotta say about that.
Awesome. No, I love it. This was good. I hope this has you guys thinking a little bit. Those of you, oh, yes, Rhonda. At first I thought you were just waving at me.
I don't want to leave without encouraging y'all. You may have seen it on the TC wall. Are we to that point?
Yes, go ahead. I forgot. Sorry.
That's okay. Squirrel. Anyway. We have a 17-week challenge coming up. And I want to invite everybody to invite all of your loyals, all of your potentials, everybody to join in on this 17-week challenge. It's something that you can do that it's not you yourself pushing products in people's faces. It's going to be kind of tangentially, is that a word, Miss English teacher? It's kind of, we're going to talk about products. We're upfront about it, saying, yes, we're all It Works distributors, and yes, we're going to use those products. And if you don't want to, that's fine. But boo-boo, we're going to beat you when we lose weight and you don't. It's kind of a biggest loser kind of challenge. And it's percentage of body. So it's something that everybody's going to be doing. I know that if you've turned on the TV for 30 seconds today, you've seen Oprah, you've seen Marie Osmond, you've seen, you know, every gym, everywhere advertising. We have to do this now. Invite people to the event. We'll explain what's happening, what to do, what to say. We have a PayPal account set up for people to send their $5 to have some skin in the game. And it's not tied to anybody's bank account. And if this thing gets really big, we may be really sad that it's not tied to my bank account. But just saying. But everybody's, you know, all teams are welcome. Everybody's welcome. But let's really push this. Let's really build some hype. Let's really encourage people, because this is what it's going to take, I think, to get us going for this new year. Do I sound excited?
Duh.
Okay, this is what it sounds like when you're talking to people about It Works products. Because my body, I want to go like, y'all just do it, okay? Really. But this is what I sound like when I talk about the stuff. Okay? I know. Energizer Bunny, I'm sorry. But this year, it's all about letting go of me being afraid. I know I said that last year. Can I do it, Bethany?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to cry.
Do it.
Okay.
You are Megan Huffman's spirit animal.
Roar. Here we go.
Do it.
Okay, so I realized something about me. I realized that I am the hardest worker you ever want to meet in your entire life, up to a point. And then I freeze, and then I quit. And then I work really, really, really hard, and I meet a goal, and then I freeze, and then I quit. I've been in, well, April will be 3 years, and I made it to Ruby. Because I run really hard, and I work really hard, and then I freeze, and then I quit because I'm scared. Oh my gosh, what did I just do? I'm trying to find the root of that. I'm trying to figure out where the root of that fear is coming from. And I'm going to dig it up, and I'm going to put it in the burn pile. It's just going to go away. This is the year of freedom. From fear, from, you know what, nothing that I set out to do with God on my side is going to fail.
That's right.
Nothing. So as long as God's on my side, nothing will fail. Who am I to doubt that? Is my real question to myself. Who are you, the world at large, to think that I'm not going to do exactly what I say I'm going to do? I got God telling me what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do. And this 17 group, I think, y'all, is going to be, I know God laid it on my heart. I know it's what I'm supposed to do. I'm already starting to get nervous about it. I'm already starting to get scared. It's like, oh, I got this really great idea. Oh, did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
I know I act like I'm all, like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't most of the time. But I'm really excited about it. So that's how you can pray for me, is to not be fearful. I did it. I said it.
You did.
Okay, so there's no amount of these. Can you see what this is?
Yes.
There's no amount of these that aren't possible when we let go of that fear.
When you become fearless, you become limitless.
When we don't let, oh my gosh, what did I just do, get into our heads.
Yep.
There's not a person here that hasn't thought that.
Yep.
So those of you that said, I'm afraid of blitzing. Really? Yes, Erica. Yes. Those of you that are afraid of fill in the blank. Y'all, we got it.
We've got this.
Bethany, how many diamonds do you need to make ambassador?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I need to add it up. Hold on.
It's 54 rubies.
True triples and 2 doubles. Hold on.
Well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on this call.
Right? Triple, double, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's something like 15 or 20 diamonds and above. I'll break it down when we get off the call. I don't want to keep you guys all night.
Yeah. What I'm saying is there's nothing that is impossible. Tamara, you hear me? Nothing. Not one single thing that's impossible. Carrie, we're going for it, right? The rest of y'all I don't know as well. Cindy, I don't know y'all as well. But when I get this look in my eye, what does that mean?
She's calling you out, baby.
That's okay. Bethany, where's that Blitz card you're going to wrap? The Blitz card that you're going to laminate?
It is right there on the shelf, and I will do it tomorrow.
We need pictures.
I will provide pictures. Good night, Beth. Love you.
Mwah. Love y'all so much. I needed this. You needed this.
I think we all did. I'm going